So, welcome to episode 3 of D&D Fabrication. I'm Daddy, this is Daughter, we're the D and the D. I run the tools, she runs the cameras, and we're working on the MowToeKart. It's a Yamaha inline 4-cylinder motorcycle engine going into this cart. This episode we are putting together the rear axle components, and hopefully we'll get to go out and have some fun with it. Ready to go?
Yep.
All right, here we go. All right, so we got all of our new pieces that are going to go back into the MowToeKart. We have 2 hubs. There's going to be 2 bearings assemblies, the disc brake hub and rotor, the sprocket and carrier. We've got keys for each of these things, except for the bearings, the hub, the wheel hubs, sprocket carrier, the disc rotor and hub. All of them are keyed. So these little 1/4-inch pieces of steel go in there, and they lock each of them rotationally to the axle using the groove that you see there. So I'm not sure exactly how those are supposed to be set up, but it fits into the keyway. And I think we're going to take some key stock that we got from our local Ace, and I'm going to cut pieces of that are just a little bit longer than each piece that it has to go in. So I'll mark those, we'll cut them, clean them up. The bearings, they don't have a keyway because they don't drive, they don't brake against the shaft. So these we've got cut for the wheel hubs. I'm going to cut one more piece for the disc hub, and then we'll put all of it together. Alright, we don't want any burrs left on these from the cutting process, so I'm going to do a quick sand on them just to clean up some edges. Alright, so we got keys cut, we got all of our pieces hanging around. Let's slide a few parts on here and see what it's starting to look like. I'm going to insert the keyways just a little bit later. So let's slip the sprocket carrier on. That black on black looks pretty good. Let's put a bearing in place. See, that's going to go on like that. Oh, I bet the screws are needing to be loosened up. And I don't have the right Allen wrench with me. Let's see if we can back them out by hand. That one's moving. That one's moving. Perfect. That's good. And then the last thing to go on there will be a hub. Perfect. Alright, we'll do the other thing on the other end. We may need to clean up that shaft just a little bit. You hang tight, I'm going to run a file over it.
Focus.
Let's see if that helps.
Can you use your hammer?
Yeah. That shot's gonna be all over the place, isn't it?
No.
No? Alright. clean that up a little bit more. It shouldn't be that tight. We'll do that soon. Let's see, disc rotor bearing. Let me find a bearing. And what did I do the other folder? Got pieces and parts everywhere. All right, again, we're gonna use those cutouts. I'm gonna slip that bearing in there, right into the cutouts. I must be doing that wrong. Oh, there we go. That was much easier. At least I think it was. Why is...
The other one.
That's the same orientation as the other one? Can't tell. There we go. That looks the same. That out, that out. Oh, let's loosen these up. More at it. Alright, I am just not happy with that axle. Alright, we're going to clean that up off camera and then we'll be back. Alright, so it took quite a bit of cleaning. We did some sanding on the shaft, we did a little bit of filing. We got everything fitting now where it goes on and it goes off fairly easily. Looks like maybe the shaft had been dropped on one end. We also had to clean out some of the interior of that hub in order to make it go on and off like it's supposed to. Everything fits pretty good now. You can see these keys. They go on there pretty well too, so now that's locked to the shaft. So just for fun, let's try and set this thing in the cart and see if it lines up. Alright, so it's going to take a little bit of finagling, sliding this stuff around. That looks good there. Slide this disc rotor down a little bit. Slide that into the bearing carrier. That. All right. Well, now I guess we just need to make some measurements and get the hubs in the right locations on the axle shaft. Get the chain lined up. Put all the keyways in, or sorry, put all the keys in, and then lock everything down and make sure we're lined up well. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Not too lighted that fitment, but all right. Well, let's just do a test fit. That is not the right size bolt. It looks like we may have to make a trip to the hardware store, pick up the right bolts to go with that. Got one other one here to try just for a sample. That is not the right one either, so it looks like a trip to the hardware store tomorrow. We'll take one of those bearing holders with us and make sure we got the right hardware for it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking through the hardware box and it looks like I might have enough grade 3 stuff to get this done. Let's pull out 3 of those, 3 of those. And we'll find some washers because right now it looks like that might be the right hardware and almost the right length. So we can find some big washers to go with that. All right, digging through the washer box now. See if we can find some properly sized hardware for that. And camera girl is taking some intense angles on this hardware. Thank you, camera girl. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. One of these things is not like the other. I think it'll be all right. Close enough for the girls I go with. Don't tell your mother I said that. Camera girl informed me that we need lock washers to go with that. Ooh, there's one. And 2. That's a cheap Chinese lock washer, but that'll work. 1 short. Well, we'll get some Loctite on that bad boy. All right, so we got some hardware put together. We pulled that out of the bench. I already got the other stuff on the other end, but we're going to run these in real quick. Let me do that by hand. You don't ever want to use an impact to start your hardware. Once it's started, though, it's okay to run it the rest of the way in. There we go. That one looks good. I'm going to back this off just a little bit here. There we go. All right, we'll buzz those down. All right. So, up next, we get to put on the wheels, put in the keys, tighten down the hardware. But first, camera girl, we got to have a serious discussion. All right, camera girl, we got to have a serious talk. Originally for this episode, we were going to finish up the new rear axle. We were going to take the cart out and have some fun. But
What happened?
well, Chad from BMI Karts, he was watching our most recent episode, and he reached out to me by email and said, hey, you guys have the right disc rotor, but you got the wrong hub for that axle. And he sent me links to order the right hub and also for some brake parts. So we're going to have to wait, sorry viewers, and place the order and wait for those to come in. Wow, that was fast shipping, BMI.
That's crazy.
All right, so it looks like we've got our parts. So let's work on getting the new hub on. We'll get the new brake system put together. Hey, wait, you want to unpack it real quick and see what we got? All right, if y'all get a chance or you need some parts for your go-kart project, your mini bike project, actually there's a whole lot of other stuff, give BMI a chance. They got some really cool gear.
You're sure.
Shipping label, very nice. All right. Excellent. That is the correct hub to hold that brake rotor that we got on there, so we'll take care of getting that put on. Brake line for the new braking system. This is probably a master cylinder, yeah. Nice master cylinder with remote reservoir so we can put the fluid wherever we need it to be.
That's good.
And last but not least is the caliper. Oh, and a bolt or two. Excellent. We'll get that mounted up. So cool. Now for this episode, I think we'll wrap it up here. And in the next episode, we'll work on putting this stuff together. Thanks for watching. You say smash that like button. Smash that like button.
You can't do it.
Thanks everyone.